Welcome back, ladies and gents, to my latest development where I'm going to be transforming two properties which I bought for a combined total of £250,000 in an attempt to increase the value to £900,000 by converting them both into HMOs. There's been some progress since the last update, so let's head on in and see what's happened. Let's make our way upstairs to show you guys the first floor of this HMO. So where actually are we progress-wise in comparison to where we're meant to be? We started both refurbishments around the back end of October, which means we're roughly about 13 to 14 weeks into the renovation of both of these houses. Now, we are slightly behind schedule by about 2 weeks because of a delay with the plumber who was meant to do the first fix plumbing. And because he didn't come in on time, it meant that we had to push back the date to get these properties both plasterboarded. And I've just walked into what's going to be the second studio room in this property. So what's been done, the plasterboards, well, some of them at least, have been put up. The rest will be done tomorrow. So by the next video, you're gonna see this room really come together with everything up, as well as the plaster on top of the plasterboard. Ahead of me here is gonna be the fourth ensuite room in this property, and everything has pretty much gone to plan apart from one minor design change that we may have to make. So with this ensuite room here, we originally went with a black design for the shower trays, but because it is slightly smaller than the 800 by 800 which we originally anticipated, it might mean that we go with a slightly different design in order to save on costs as well as potential lead delay times. The next part was actually preparing this entire space here. So originally I didn't account for any of it, but we had to completely clear, re-gravel and actually re-fence both sides of the property. So this is why the extra cost was so much more significant than I originally thought. Now we're gonna head back inside so that I can show you guys the other floors of the properties. Halfway through recording this video, I got a call from one of my mentees about a deal that he's working on. So rather than letting it mess up the flow of the video, I thought I'd just fully include it instead. Yeah, bro. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, you were saying how we went with the property today.
Yeah, so obviously now we're just doing we're running the numbers for a couple of the previous clips.
Yeah.
That I looked at and analysed, and to see which one. There's another one that's going for auction there.
Okay.
And it's going for auction tomorrow. I think it's going for auction tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Yeah, the 13th tomorrow.
Flipping no, so, you lot love risk, bruv. These auction houses you keep finding.
Bro, it's oh man, you gotta do what we're gonna do. We put what was it, 7.1 down for that deposit for the auction.
Oh yeah, that they basically do that as like a holding or like a binding thing to make sure that one, you have the money, and two, there's actually something that ties you into the purchase. Yeah, but obviously, because you didn't actually win the bid, they're gonna return that to you. Probably clear within like the next 2 days. Also, that mortgage broker I put Kenny in touch with as well. Has he sorted you guys out?
Oh, I'll do the numbers and then I'll talk to you after, innit?
Yeah, we'll chop up properly later. Yeah, so that was actually, funnily enough, one of the community members. They had an auction for a property that worked well as a flip. There was like 40 to 50 grand profit in it. Put them in touch with my bridging broker to sort him out with the auction finance. He didn't end up winning the bid, but he's proactive. He's got another one tomorrow that should line up. So gonna go through that with him later today. But yeah, let me show you guys the rest of this house anyway. So we're making our way to the top floor now, and it's the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's talk about numbers. And I'm not talking about these numbers either. How much have we actually spent on site so far? So in this particular house that we're standing in, a total of £115,000 has been spent on the renovation so far. Now of this 115, only about 7,500 is unexpected and has eaten into the contingency that we set aside at the start. And next door, a total of £109,000 has been spent, with £7,000 of it being a part of the contingency that we didn't originally account for. Now the total expected original budget is meant to be £187,000 on next door and £192,000 on this one. But after the unexpected costs that have arisen so far and the ones that I'm forecasting, I'm expecting the total refurb cost to come in at around about 400 grand, which will mean an additional £10,000 on top of the unexpected costs that have arisen so far. So with all of these extra costs, are we still looking at the same end value of £900,000? Stick around, make sure you're subscribed, and let's see how it all unfolds.